So this is one of my very first card log videos, where I do a vlog based on my internet username. And I know I've done vlogs before, but this will be the first one with the new name. So yeah, this one's gonna be about Netflix and my addiction at the beginning so far, and the shit I've seen on Netflix, and what I like and what maybe you might be interested in, and shows I will elaborate on. So I've seen a lot. I mean, obviously, I said I was addicted to it, and shit I was watching on there for a while. Dexter, because like everyone saw it but me. I still have to watch Game of Thrones. That might be on Hulu. But I have Hulu too, so I'll check that out soon. I don't think it's on Netflix. I'll have to check. Walking Dead, I still need to start that as well. Breaking Bad, I think most of the seasons are on Netflix, maybe. I haven't started that yet. I started the original Power Rangers, as cheesy and horribly 90s as it was. This was 90s at its worst, was the original Power Rangers. And yes, it did have some good writing, but it's still cheesy as fuck. You can't deny that. You can't. It's fucking 90s Power Rangers, bro. Hell, early 2000s Power Rangers had the same freaking cheesy shit, but at least they fixed some of the effects and the costumes. Although now it looks, oh my god, the Super Mega Rangers and shit, and the Mega Ranger. Oh my god. Oh, that. It's like the effects and everything just dropped, like after Nickelodeon bought Saban Entertainment. And it's weird because, I mean, all the other stuff they bought from Saban doesn't look too bad. Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, I haven't watched it though. It just looks nice, but that's Saban's work, okay? You know, they can make the actual show in Japan and it'll look fine. Bringing it to America, no. Especially with the people who actually run it and make the changes. Some changes are good, some are bad. Again, I haven't watched those shows. Well, I did watch Mega Rangers, obviously. It was awful. It was horrible. Like, oh my god. Like, what the hell did you do to Power Rangers? Like, even worse than I mean, I've seen a few that seemed awful. At least trailers and short episodes, and I was just like, skip. You know, like the Magic Power Rangers, I forget what they were called. I was like, skip. No way I'm watching that bullshit. Um, Operation Overdrive. You know, why do you need a second? I think it was like the car one, right? It was like a second car one, maybe. I didn't watch it. It just sounded stupid. Um, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I started that on Netflix. Anything else I watched on Netflix lately? I I had to go to Hulu Plus for like Naruto and shit, which annoyed me. Um, and Amazon Instant Video, but they only had the first series free, so I watched all the shit that wasn't total filler or the filler that I actually gave two shits about. Like, I don't give two fucks about fighting Sasuke. Sasuke is a dumb character. He is. All he is a reason for Naruto to drop everything that makes fucking sense to go and save his best friend. He wasn't your best friend. He was some asshole who was on your team, okay? He just happened to have a same sob story. My parents are dead. Feel bad for me. The fuck? No. You know how many movies do that? You know how many shows did that pre-2005? How many manga and anime did that pre-2003 or whatever in Japan? Dozens. Hundreds. It's overplayed. I'm sorry. Can you tell I'm totally over the bullshit hype of Naruto and its anime and its games and everything else under the sun? I'm sorry. I know way too many. I know of too many people who fucking say Naruto is the shit. Same with Dragon Ball Z. Two of the most overrated and overblown anime in existence. Anyway, besides my rant on that subject, and luckily it's not on Netflix. It is on Hulu, and I had to check the stuff that mattered in Naruto. You know, the pain fight, which was 2.5 hours of bullshit like any arc of Dragon Ball Z. Um, so I just saw the last saw like 4 episodes of Shippuden just for that, which is why I got the Hulu account. Because again, Amazon Prime didn't let me watch almost any episodes for free because it's still Amazon Prime. You still have to buy that shit if it's not under the Prime logo, which means everything except for the original Naruto, which everyone's seen except me, because I gave up after like 4 or 5 seasons. There were apparently 8. Anyway, still blathering on about that. Let's see. Other shit I've been seeing. I just finished Dancing the Vampire Bond, which you should check out. Although it does have some creepy moments. 9-year-old vampire girl that looks like a 9-year-old having a romantic love affair with a 17-year-old wolf boy. Yeah. I mean, there's a whole hell of a lot more to it than that. But that's the creepy part, right? The actual good shit is that the little girl slash really old vampire chick, really, is the queen of vampires, and he is her servant, and he gets to wreck some bitches up, usually other vampires, which is awesome. And vampires are different in this. They don't all turn into fucking bats or weird okay, they do. They instead turn into weird monstrosities. You know, giant spiders. There are giant bats though. And I think there was one that was like a giant tiger, which was kind of interesting. Didn't last long though, sadly. Definitely check that out. It's only 12 episodes long, which is nice. Wait, what's the other anime I watched that was 12 episodes long? Oh, Kaze no Stigma. Stigma of the Wind. Definitely watch that. Again, only like 12 or 24 episodes long. I can't remember for Kaze no Stigma, but it was short. Sadly, both these shows are very short, which is weird because they both have several volumes of manga to them, and obviously a lot more character interaction. So you'd think they'd make like a 16 or 20 or 24 episode anime adaptation, but no, not really. But then again, they had the same thing with a show I also watched, which was essentially a harem anime. It was weird as fuck, and it was called Sekirei. If you like big tits, if you like weird magic shit, and you like a lot of action, not that type of action, but you know, violence and shit, sort of. Definitely check out Sekirei. It was weird as hell, but I got addicted to it, and then it only had like 2 or 3 seasons translated to English. It had this huge thing at the end where it was saying new season, and I assume it was either only made in Japan or they're still working on it in Japan. So I don't know if it's ever coming to the States. I doubt it did well. So, but yeah, definitely check out the first 2 seasons on Netflix. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to think of a lot of shows. Yeah, I was watching Dexter, seeing all these anime shows. A lot of anime. Watching comedy stuff. Because I do like comedy, though I can only laugh in my house. A lot of comedy, when I'm outside the house, it just phases through me. It just doesn't work. It's either because I don't like the joke, it's too simple, it's too much for me. My former best friend, me and him are arguing again. He used to tell me all this whack ass shit, and I'd laugh my ass off. But you know, other than that, I just can't get into it. You know, I figures the funniest person in my life would be a total asshole, and for like the second or third time, we just break it off, stop talking. But you know, that's life. Let it go. No, not the fucking Frozen song. Though it is catchy and it was a decent movie, and I'm sick of assholes dismissing Frozen. Yes, it had a dumb plot at the beginning, and it did have a shit ton of flaws. Doesn't mean it's a bad movie. And it's only from like women that are like fucking ultra like feminist or like women that are just like overly thinking the stuff that didn't matter in the movie, like at all, like the character direction. Why would you hate a character that's actually that actually makes sense in a Disney movie? A character that makes sense in a Disney movie. That never happens. Never. Why would you complain that Disney finally had some sense of a real person in a movie? And it's weird. I don't understand. Finally, a character that actually cares about another person's well-being, that doesn't want to fuck them. Sorry. Have romance with them. Because eventually, when the movie's over, you know, right as those ending credits roll, they're getting it on. Because it was about sisters and shit. And yes, there was some bullshit romance in there thrown in, and it was kind of lame. But you know, it wasn't like overly noticeable for me. I didn't really care. You know, there was the horrible, annoying duet number between the guy and girl. Of course, my girlfriend at the time liked that, along with the troll song, which I hated, at least for a time. The troll song is less despisable now. Still not my favorite. And yes, Let It Go is my favorite song, but nonetheless. Anyway, should I also been watching on Netflix? Yeah, I'm addicted to Netflix. It drives me insane. It has so much content. Still, though, I wish they had more movies and shows that I want to watch, and I wish they would stop only carrying a certain amount of episodes for certain shows, like Ed, Edd and Eddy, Samurai Jack, mostly Cartoon Network shows, which is weird because Cartoon Network has like a shit ton of stuff in their backlog that they still have on file. So I don't know why they don't just put it on Netflix to make more money. Honestly, it doesn't make sense. Why put half of a whole series on there? Why put a tenth of a series on there? And the same thing happens with anime. Like I said, Sekirei, and there's probably several other shows. But if you have anything to suggest to me on Netflix, please tell me. I would love to know. And if you would like to express your difference in opinion on shows such as Naruto, Power Rangers, especially Dragon Ball Z, because I love crushing your hopes and dreams on Dragon Ball. Because really, I just don't care. I like the original series more than I do Dragon Ball Z. And I actually was one of the few people who liked Dragon Ball GT, despite its flaws. Okay? Same with a lot of shows and movies. Again, like Frozen with its flaws. And even shows and movies like... all those Avengers that had its flaws, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, best movie ever," or "best movie in like 5 years." Just like they said with the first Dark Knight, just like they said with Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, maybe they didn't say that, but I love that movie. That to me was killed Avengers, and then it like freaking raped the dead corpse, and then it threw the corpse in a ditch, and then it set it on fire. Then it dumped gravel on it. Then it unburied it. Threw water on the burned up corpse. Then threw dirt on it. Then more water. Then stirred it with the shovel. And then froze it with liquid nitrogen. And then you go. Then that's it. Yeah, that's what I thought of Guardians of the Galaxy compared to the Avengers, to me, personally. But, anyway, yeah, have a good one, people.